Okay, I'll stop this training just for a minute. My name's Jay Devon and I want to share plenty of things to help everyone to be happier on the court. Today's video is just to clarify about the wet weather procedure or the policy on when the lessons cannot go ahead because of the rain. So what will happen is, number one is always assume that the lesson is definitely on because we have our booking and I'll be at the place already before you. So then I'm going to know what the weather is like at the court. So for all those people who send me messages and say, oh, is the tennis lesson cancelled because it's raining at my place? Then I always joke with other people and say, but the lesson is not at your house. So don't need to worry if it's raining at your place. Keep the rain there. It's not raining at our place where we're playing. So it only matters what the weather's like where the court is, and I'll be there, so I'll be the best one to know how is it going to be. Then of course I'm always tracking the satellite image of rain to see how the weather is, the rain clouds are coming, are they coming towards the court area or not, and everything like that. So I've been looking at that every day for a really lot of years now, so I'm pretty good on that. I'm almost down to the minute of how long I think it will rain for before the rain stops and I can dry the court up. And then of course I can put down again a link here about how quickly I can dry the court. So that's very easy. No matter how hard it rains, I can dry the court really quickly. So I'll be able to advise you. So the best thing to do is always assume the lesson's always on unless you hear from me. Because if you don't hear from me, that means I'm coaching now and I'm busy looking after somebody else. So I will try not to be on the phone with people. So if you can do that, I'm sure when you're having a lesson, you also hope that there's not 5 people all sending me messages asking me, is it raining or not? So that's the purpose for the idea of always assume the lesson's on unless you hear from me. And then of course, other important things, when I do notify you to try to save you the trip from coming in for the session, then when it is a rained out lesson and we can't go ahead, a couple of main things is, number one is it won't be, once we cannot do a lesson because of the weather, of course it will not be like you lose a lesson, you'll still have that credit. And then the second part will be that what we do is, it's not that you have to have that lesson in sometime that same day. The idea is that we then try to get our training in that we're unable to do or we couldn't do then on the next mutually agreeable time. So when you can do, when I'm not already booked out, etc., then we try to set that up as the next time in there. Of course, as always, if you're trying to benefit from the training more, then you don't want to have too much time in between sessions because we're trying to cement habits and learn things and get concepts right. So we don't want too much lag, but the whole idea is there's not some sort of forced rule where we have to do it that same day. It's a matter of when can we both mutually agree, can we do the next one? Okay, so you will not lose the lesson. Now what I'm going to show you here is on your lessons and things like that, when it does happen that the rain is preventing us from playing, then of course I send you a WhatsApp to make sure that you realize don't come to the courts. And also you'll receive a lesson cancellation from the online booking system. So we'll show that lesson is not counted. So, and then of course, whenever the next one is, that one will be, for example, if it was the first 1 out of 10 in a new set of training sessions, then that next one that we arrange will be, if we haven't already arranged it, will become the 1 out of 10. So to show you that more clearly, look at, where is it, down here. So this one here on May the 7th at the 8 a.m. every Saturday person was cancelled because we couldn't do it with the rain. So then that was supposed to be 1 out of 10. And then when we go to May 14th there, the next week, it's still the 1 out of 10. So there's no like this becomes number 2 and that one's just gone because bad luck, that it rained. You actually carry that one forward to there so that you can see that it goes like this. So yeah, the idea is that we're trying to get on the court as much as we can to do all the sessions. And if possible, we're trying to do it in a way that's not bothering everybody as much as possible, in terms of trying to remember that, I'm not going to get you to come to the court just to say hello and you get really angry with me because I made you come to the court when there's no way we could play. I'm always going to make sure I let you know not to come when we can't play. But do remember that I can dry the court really crazy fast. So there's a lot of times when people are like, are you sure that we can do a lesson because it's raining really hard where I am? Remember, we're not having the lesson where you are, we're having the lesson at the tennis court where I am, and that I can dry the court. So lots of people come in and go, wow, Jay, how come the court is so dry? All the other ones are like swimming pools, they're totally flooded. I said, well, the good news is we're not swimming in the swimming pools, we're playing on this one. This is the court we have. And yeah, I was standing there saying, I'm a really nice guy, man upstairs. Don't rain on my court, rain everywhere else. It doesn't work like that. I go in and I put in the hard work and dry it. Like I said before, I'm going to put a link down below and you can see how quickly I can dry the court in another YouTube that we've loaded up. But just rest assured that that's the idea, is we're going to play all the time unless you hear from me. And if we can't play, then you don't lose anything. We're going to try to reset when we can mutually agree on the next lesson. So there it is. Let's keep it at that and make sure it only rains when we don't need to play. That's what I'm up for. What about you? Let's put in our request now. Hey, sir. All right, let's go. It's not raining.